I'm Pastor Vance Mortensen.
And I'm Maggie Mortensen.
Welcome to Evening Prayer, brought to you by the Raquette Lake Chapel in Raquette Lake, New York, USA. Tonight we're going to be doing a prayer service that is a blessing of the land and a blessing of life. It was originated and dedicated to Saint Ninian of Scotland, who lived many years ago. We'll talk a little bit about Saint Ninian in a little bit, but please join us in prayer.
As gulls in hunger's flight keep to the boat's track, may we follow in Ninian's wake. As we hunger and thirst for truth, may we follow in Ninian's wake. May we sound the depths of love for Ninian and for Christ's sake.
St. Ninian is from Whithorn, and we don't know exactly when St. Ninian was born, but we have recorded the year 432 as his death. And here's a little bit about St. Ninian. St. Ninian returned to Scotland after traveling and studying in Europe. At Whithorn, he and a team of skilled builders built a gleaming white stone masonry which became famous throughout the land for education, prayer, and mission. Sometimes he liked to visit the shepherds and the herdsmen who tended the flocks and cattle that belonged to the monastery. Once he had all the animals gathered together in one place so that he could pray a blessing for them. Well, last of all, he came to the cattle, and with his staff, he drew around them a circle of protection. Everyone ate, listened to Ninian, and then went off to their sleep. The cattle remained and were noticed by thieves. No wall, no hedge, no ditch, no barking dogs, just lots of cattle waiting to be carried away. The thieves rushed inside the circle that Ninian had drawn. The bull of the herd rushed at the men and, attacking their leader, pierced his belly with its horns so that his entrails were torn. The bull's hoof tore at the earth and dug its imprint into the stone there so that the place became known as the bull's print. Meanwhile, Ninian, finishing his prayer, came past that place, and he saw the man lying and the other thieves running hither and thither nearby. He prayed to God to restore the man to life and health, and did not cease his tears and entreaties till it was so. The other thieves had found themselves unable to leave the confines of the circle, until, begging Ninian's forgiveness and being scolded by him, he bade them depart, and only then could they cross the circle. There's a long tradition in Celtic spirituality of the power of the circle, and there's actually a special prayer. We might include these prayers as part of them, but they're called encircling prayers. So whenever you find yourself in need of some spiritual support, but you can't think of the words to say, simply say, encircle me, and imagine that there is a circle of protection around you. Let us continue. In the strong name of Jesus, we bless all that is living and recognize in all that lives the reflection of the Word who said, "Let there be life," and it lives.
To teach us to care for all that is entrusted to us and nurture every sign of your presence.
Circle our dear ones in your love and blessing and protect us all from evil and danger.
Give us open eyes to see beyond what others say is possible. Give us insight to recognize and name deceit.
May the blessing of our love and our strong joy and blessing call out new growth in everyone we know and meet.
Give us a generosity that pushes back the boundaries, for even death by you has been defeated. With all our powers, we find our power in you. The light shines on and life is lived in you.
Thank you for joining us tonight for evening prayer. Have a blessed evening.